predominantly processed foods and animal products. It seems unbelievable that over 55% of calories in the American diet is from sweets, processed grains, and oils. And if we remove the white potato, the total amount of fresh produce, like fruits and vegetables, is less than 6% of total calories. This is revealing, because Americans are eating mostly animal products and commercially prepared baked goods and oils. And that means about 95% of calories Americans eat do not contain those nutrients that protect against cancer. Quite alarming is another huge investigation published in the journal Cell Metabolism. They followed thousands of people for 18 years in the 50 to 65 age range and found death rates went up 75% and cancer rate climbed 400% in those eating what researchers called a high-protein diet. They considered the diet high in protein if it averaged 18% of calories from animal protein. But that's still less animal protein than most Americans are eating. But there's another critical point I'm making, and that is some of the most popular diets, such as paleo diet or the Atkins or Dukan diet, are encouraging people to eat much more animal products, even more than twice as much as Americans generally eat. And that's twice as much as what these studies consider to be high protein. The increased risk of cancer from these popular high protein diets could be frighteningly higher, and certainly tremendous suffering and needless premature deaths is occurring because of this. Plus, when you go on a diet and lose weight and then gain it back again, you wind up worse off and at a higher risk of serious disease than if had you never lost the weight to begin with. The lipogenic enzymes, fat storage enzymes, are ramped up with caloric restriction. And after you lose some weight on the diet, those fat storage enzymes stay in an excited state for months, making weight regain occur quickly after you go off the diet. So if you go back to eating anything like you were before, you'll actually gain weight at an accelerated rate. And in most cases, even overshoot the weight you were before you began the diet. But there's another serious problem that develops. When you regain the weight that you lost, it deposits the fat somewhat differently. The fat is then stored more internally, in more dangerous places around your organs. When you yo-yo your weight up and down, it also increases your risk of heart disease because more fat is placed inside your blood vessels too. That's why so many heart attacks occur on or right after holidays and vacations where people have gone off their diets and binged on food. So, this is the part you've been waiting for. The secrets to permanent weight loss so you never have to diet again. Here's the #1 secret. Eat more fiber-rich food. You have to eat more vegetables and beans to lose weight. And you have to eat bigger portions of them than you ate in the past. Don't forget that the emphasis here is on eating bigger portions of foods. And of course, I mean bigger portions of certain foods, not of all foods. But here are 3 foods I want you to eat every single day. Write this down. #1, a big green salad. #2, a bowl of vegetable bean soup. And #3, a large serving of steamed green vegetables. Super simple, but super effective. Let me explain more about the first rule of a nutritarian diet. It is, eat a big salad as the main dish at least once a day. And here's the size salad I'm talking about. Now, there are certain ingredients you need to put in the salad to repair the messed up fat storage hormones and stop the body from storing fat, and they are raw cruciferous vegetables and raw onion. So I'm going to put some thinly sliced raw scallions or red onion on top of the salad. Yeah, I did that. Wasn't too hard. Okay. And then I'm going to add some shredded red cabbage on top, or you could use Chinese cabbage or kale for your cruciferous vegetables. So we're putting some cruciferous vegetables on there too. And don't forget to add some tomatoes to your salad. Those are important and delicious. Put those on top. Great. Now, adding a quarter of raw onion or some scallions or shallots are key, because the regular use of onion is going to keep your weight down and make you live so much longer. Onions have flavonoids, quercetin, chromium, organosulfides, polyphenols, phytosterols. No, these are not the substances banned by Major League Baseball. They're healing phytochemicals that fight disease and keep you skinny, and they're found in onions. And the proof is right in the scientific literature. A massive European study showed 50 to 85% reduction in all major cancers from those eating a half a cup of onion a day. And using a little raw onion gives you more of those weight loss favorable compounds. Interestingly, the favorable bacteria that grow in the digestive tract from eating onions also aid in weight loss and prevention of diabetes and heart disease. But remember, I put some cabbage or collards or kale on the salad too, because that's another weight loss inducing superfood. Cruciferous vegetables should be eaten raw or steamed lightly. They, 1, activate detoxification enzymes in the body, 2, block abnormal cell division that could lead to cancer, and 3, interfere with the growth of fat and help remove fat from the body. Okay, we have the salad done. Now it's time to move on to the soup. The key ingredient in the soup are the mushrooms and beans, which are foods best eaten cooked, not raw. Many people are not aware of the magic power of beans. They fill you up, keep you satisfied for hours, and make you thin and healthy. That's because beans are high in fiber, high in slowly digestible starches that take many hours to be absorbed, and they contain resistant starches, which don't even get absorbed in the body. The resistant starch in beans lets the calories pass right through you and right out into the toilet. I'll bet you never saw a grown man so excited about beans. You would be too if you knew how they can work to lower your blood pressure, reverse diabetes and heart disease, and protect against cancer. Beans are the food most correlated with a long life in multiple scientific studies. For example, one important study documented that for each 2 tablespoons of beans eaten, death rates decrease by 8%. Guess if you eat enough, you live forever. But what I'm telling you today is that beans are a powerful weight loss food. So, shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anyone the secret to permanent weight loss. All right, fine, here it is. You eat more beans, greens, and onions because besides protecting you against cancer, they contain fat-reducing phytochemicals. Remember, you eat more beans, greens, and onions to lose weight. You don't count calories, so I want you to eat beans every day, especially from a bean soup or stew, which you can make once a week on the weekend. Not many people eat mushrooms almost every day, but if our population did that, death rates from most major cancers would plummet. And mushrooms are one of those foods that normalize your hormones and resist fat storage. The great thing about mushrooms is that even a little bit of them does a lot of good. For example, an important study published in the International Journal of Cancer showed that even a small amount of mushrooms, just 10 grams, the size of your thumb, can lower cancer rates by over 60%. And when they combined mushrooms with greens, the reduction in breast cancer was close to 90%. Wow. If green vegetables are the king of superfoods, then mushrooms are the queen. And before you know it, checkmate. You're on the road to optimal health.